Hi everyone, I'm your host Peter and welcome to the start of the new episode of Peter's English podcast. Yes people, I'm playing that I'm a big podcaster like my favorite English podcasters. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and I think that's the best way how to improve your listening skills in English. And yes, I started this because in this episode I want to talk about my favorite English podcasts that I like to listen to every day. It's my favorite listening practice routine, and let's start. But first I have to introduce myself because I don't have any audience, no one knows me. I created more than 300 episodes and no one can tell that I'm a big podcaster. And that's great because I can talk about every nonsense and no one cares in this time. But okay. Hello everyone, I'm Peter, I'm 40, not 40, I'm 34 years old, not 40. I live in East Slovakia. I like learning English, it's my lifestyle. I like learning English because it's my lifestyle, it's my hobby. I want to live without language barriers. I want to visit foreign countries. I want to meet other people in the world, other learners of English like myself, and that's it. I've been learning English since August 2022, and I always tall. I'm very tall. I'm the most tallest man in the world. No, I'm not. I'm short, but okay. Now I am very playful because I have a good mood because it's very funny that I can talk about every nonsense and I am feel perfect because I like to play that I'm a big podcaster like my favorite English podcasters. And yes, I can continue that my way of learning English was very interesting. I remember that I used to write with girls, and I met one Ukrainian girl, and I wanted to speak Ukraine. But then I realized, Peter, English is the world language, not Ukraine, and I started to learn English. I bought beautiful English grammar book, and I read it all. It was about grammar, and then I ended it. Okay, I speak English. I can learn Ukrainian or Russian. But then I realized Then I realized that I really want to speak English, and in August 2022, and I bought my real Slovak English grammar book. It was very interesting, and I learned it until the Christmas, and I ended it on Christmas 22, and I bought real English grammar book, and then I ended it the next year, and then in August then I found in August 2023 my favorite platforms for learning English in Slovakia and in Czechia, and thanks to these Slovak and Czech platforms, I really opened my eyes, and I discovered that learning English has to be funny, interesting, and it doesn't need to be something boring in the class. And now I want to speak about jazykový mentoring.sk. and viukaionline.cz. I have to tell you, people, it's not a paid sponsor ads or something like that. No, I'm only a fan of jazykowymentoring.sk and viukaionline.cz, and I want to share with you this perfect websites for learners of English from Slovakia and Czechia. Why? Because I think because their free videos really open my eyes, and thanks to them I discovered how to learn English. At first I want to speak about jazykowymentoring.sk. It's the language learning platform from Slovakia. The main leader is Litka. She is a polyglot. She speaks 9 languages, I think, and she created her language school that is about learning English with in the funny way. You can find Jazykowy Mentoring on YouTube, and you can watch their free videos how to learn English. But yes, of course, and you can use their paid option, but I don't know but I don't use it. But you can try it if you want. And the second is English language learning platform is viukaionline.cz. Eliška Krásna is English teacher from Czechia. She is the owner of her own language school, and she offers a lot of free videos on her Instagram, and on her YouTube, and on her website. You can learn from her free videos a lot about learning English, and yes, you have to, people, try her free course, really free course, how to learn English. It's a free video course, how to learn English, and I really recommend you because in this course Eliška explains how to learn English in a funny and modern way. You just have to apply for it on her website and download and play it for free. It's totally free, and thanks to it you can really start to learn English in a funny way like me, and it really helped me. This free course, totally free course, really helped me, and it's still there. You can use it. Yes, I don't use Eliška Krásna's language school, but I have to tell you that she offers paid opportunities, but I don't know it because I don't use it. But you can try it if you want. And now I want to speak about my favorite English podcasts. My first favorite English podcast is Luke's English podcast. Luke's English podcast is my first favorite English podcast. Luke, the owner is Luke Thompson. He is an English teacher from the UK, from London. He is an English teacher, stand-up comedian, podcaster. He offers free podcast and Luke's English podcast premium free. His Luke's English podcast is about real British English with humor and fun. Luke's English podcast is very funny, educational and inspiring English podcast with lot of humor and fun because Luke likes to make a lot of fun, and I like his podcast because Luke is very funny, educational, and I like his his conversations with his best friends Amber and Paul. These kind of episodes are really funny, educational, and I like to listen to it. Then I like his storytelling episodes where he reads parts of the novels in English. He reads the part of the novel and he explains the vocabulary. I like this kind of episodes too, and I like his conversations with his family. Yes, of course, I like Rick Thompson's report. It's my favorite political report from the UK. Luke's parents are very good and inspiring people, and I like his conversations with his brother James. I think that all kind of Luke's English podcast episodes are great. Luke, you are doing a very great job. You are very funny, interesting, and and positive hero. Luke, you are our Jedi Master. Yeah, yes, because Luke likes Star Wars and he is our real Jedi Master, and because he is the father of the English podcasts for learners of English. And if you want to learn real British English and you like and yes, of course, I have forgotten something that I like. Luke's ramble episodes where Luke talks about every nonsense, and this is the best kind of episode. I like it because you can listen to real and natural English talk in the natural English speech, how it's spoken with some preparation, and you can learn a lot of real British English vocabulary from it, and in general, people. Yes, then I want to talk that Luke has created 961 episodes. Every episode he is at least 1 hour long. That's a lot of content, very interesting, funny, and educational English podcast of that you have to listen if you like humor, education, and you like to talk about nonsense in the funny way, and you want to learn English in the same way. People, this is the best English podcast for learners of English. Don't care about Slovak or Czechs podcast. This is the best of, and I think it's a shame that in Slovakia or Czechia is not an award for podcast for learning English, because this is the main winner. Luke's English podcast. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke, for your great job. It's my favorite English podcast. It's funny, educational, and and it's the best lullaby for me. Yes, because I had to tell you people when I like to listen to my favorite to Luke's English podcast after my work, and when I can watch it on the YouTube on my notebook, and I can sleep with it, and it's great. I don't want to say that it's boring. No, I'm sleeping because I'm very tired. But if I'm okay, I like to watch it. I like to listen it because Luke is very funny. He's a perfect comedian, and you will like it. This podcast is for everyone, and thanks to this podcast, you can really like learning English because you can laugh a lot. You can have very good times with this podcast, and you can learn a lot of interesting and real British English, because if you want to listen natural British English, don't listen news or something like that. No, listen Look English podcast is the real British English. You can listen to real British English, how it's spoken, and that's great, and you will laugh a lot. You can believe me, I like this podcast, I recommend this podcast, and without this podcast, I don't know how to learn English. Thank you, Luke. And yes, and now I want to talk about LEP and about Luke's English Podcast Premium. Luke offers serious English teaching thanks to his podcast. And Luke has created 200 paid English episodes where Luke offers serious English teaching. You can learn a lot of British English, how it's spoken, and this is the very good option how to support Luke, because thanks to it you can support Luke with his great job, because thanks to Luke LEP Premium, Luke can continue with doing his free podcast for everyone, and people do it, please, because if you are a fan like me, you have to do this. Yes, I'm not any salesman or something like that. I'm the salesman of my hobby, and it's learning English. And thanks to this podcast, you can really learn English. And yes, I'm singing about Luke's English podcast for 17 minutes because I really like this podcast. Thank you, Lord, for your great job. The next podcast is All Ears English Podcast. It's an American English podcast, and yes, and it's about American English. It's about practical English. It's about American English culture and vocabulary that you can learn, and you can listen to natural American English, how it's spoken, because there are two English teachers, Lindsay and I always remember, Peter, you are learning English and you don't know the names of your favorite English podcasters. You can shame yourself, but I have to find their names. I'm sorry, people. Lindsay and Michelle. Yes, they are two hosts of all these English podcasts. Lindsay and Michelle. They are very funny, educational. Their podcast is very practical. You can learn a lot about American culture, vocabulary, and you can listen to natural American English, how it's spoken. They offer paid options too, but I don't use it. I don't know something about it. You can try it. And the third option is Speak English Podcast Now with Georgiana. Speak English Podcast Now with Georgiana is an American English podcast about learning American English. Georgiana is very beautiful and attractive English teacher from the USA. Her podcast is an American English, is about American English culture and vocabulary and pronunciation. She uses short stories for learning English. I really like her podcast. Georgiana, thank you for a great job. I'm your big fan, and thank you all guys for your great job for learning English. People, these are my favorite English podcast. Thanks to it, I have a very good time with after my work, and thanks to these podcasts I speak English like I really know I really improved I've really improved my English, and I'm very happy that I learned English because it's my hobby, it's my lifestyle, and thanks to doing my Peter English podcast, I can really practice my speaking skills in English, and Luke Thompson from Luke's English Podcast has inspired me for doing this podcast. In one of his episodes, where he tell people create your own English podcast, and thanks to it you can practice your speaking skills in English, and it's a great way you can create your podcast about everything. And I learned from Jazykový mentoring and Vyuka online how to practice your writing skills, write your own English novel like me, create your own favorite character and create your own novel, use and learn English thanks to writing. And now, okay, I was talking about if in my words, and now I can use the help of Microsoft Copilot. I've been streaming and recording on my Twitch via OBS Studio for 21 minutes about my favorite English podcast and learning platforms. Explain my audience what's jazykový touring.sk, Vyuka online podcast.cz, LEP and LEP Premium, all ears English podcast, and with Georgiana. I speak English podcast now with Georgiana. Now we have to wait for the answer, and here is a clear breakdown for your audience, Peter. These are the platforms and podcasts you've been streaming about, explained simply and engagingly. Jazykový mentoring.sk It's created by Lydia Machová, a Slovak polyglot who learned 9 languages. It focuses on self-learning methods, how to study languages effectively with fun, boring grammar drills. Offers online courses, mentoring, and motivational strategies to help learners find joy in language learning. Vyuka.online.cz, run by Eliška, an experienced English teacher and neuro-language coach. Provides online English courses, mentoring, and coaching. Helps students break the speaking barriers with flexible schedules, interactive lessons, and personalized plans. Luke's English Podcast, LEP, hosted by Luke Thompson, a British teacher and comedian. Started in 2009, now has more than 900 episodes and over 150 million downloads. Mixes humor, storytelling, and teaching, making English learning fun and natural. LEP Premium, paid subscription version of Luke's English Podcast, includes extra lessons on vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, plus PDF worksheets and transcripts designed for intermediate to advanced learners who want to break out of the intermediate plateau. Offers both audio and video lessons with monthly series and bonus content. All Ears English Podcast, hosted by Lindsay, Michelle, Aubrey, and Jessica from USA. Focuses on American English, culture, and real conversations. famous for their motto, connection not perfection. Offers free episodes plus paid courses like IELTS preparation and fluency programs. Speak English Podcast.com with Georgiana, founded by Georgiana, an English teacher since 2011. Method: learn English with fun grammar drills or textbooks. Focus on listening and speaking. Use mini stories and point of view lessons to train learners to think in English. Her podcast has been streamed 40 million times worldwide, and she also offers premium courses and one-on-one lessons. So when your Twitch audience asks, you can say, I'm sharing the best English learning platforms from Slovak mentoring with Lidia Machova, Czech online coaching with Eliška, British humor and teaching with Luke, American culture tips with All is English, and Georgiana's no grammar speaking method. Each one has its own style, but together they make learning English fun and powerful. Tell people about free videos of jazykový mentoring and you can online, because you have forgotten Microsoft Copilot. That's shame you. Both jazykový mentoring.sk and Výuka aj online.cz offer free video resources to help learners improve their English and other languages. You can watch them on their official websites and YouTube channels where they share tips, lessons and motivational content at no cost. Jazykový mentoring.sk by Lidia Machova. Free materials, e-books, webinars and video series designed to help learners become confident in foreign languages. Topics covered: how to learn thousands of words effortlessly with the gold list method, how to study a language effectively without traveling abroad. Webinars where Lydia explains the secrets she used to learn 9 languages. YouTube channel, over 300 videos where she shares practical strategies, stories from her own learning journey and motivational advice for self-learners. Výuka aj online.cz by Eliška. YouTube channel, more than 350 free videos with lessons, vlogs and tips for breaking the speaking barriers. Examples of free content: 50 basics English phrases you must know. Popular video with 75,000 views. Pronunciation practice for tricky English words. Travel English, airport, restaurant, slang expressions and idioms explained in Czech context. Website offers free introductory lessons and blog posts to help learners start their English journey. So when you explain this to your Twitch audience, you can say, guys, if you want free resources, check out jazykovymentoring.sk. Lydia gives webinars and videos on how to learn languages smarter. And for Czech learners, Výuka aj online.cz has a YouTube channel full of free lessons, slang and travel English. Both are amazing ways to learn without paying anything. Yes, people. Oh, don't forget to talk about Eliška's free part video course how to learn English. Okay, here it is. Absolutely, Peter. Let's give your audience the full picture about Eliška's free-part video course from Výuka.online.cz. Eliška's free-part video course, How to Learn English. Who made it? Eliška, an English teacher and neurolanguage coach from the Czech Republic. What it is? It's a free-part video series designed to help learners understand how to study English effectively. Focus areas: mindset, breaking the fear of speaking and building confidence. Methods: Practical tips for learning vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation in a natural way. Motivation. How to stay consistent and enjoy the process without giving up. Goal. To show learners that English can be learned faster and more enjoyably if you use the right strategies. Why it's useful? It's short, clear, and packed with practical advice. Perfect for beginners or anyone stuck at the intermediate plateau. So when you explain this on Twitch, you can say, guys, Eliška from ViukaAiOnline.kz has a free part video course called How to Learn English. It's all about mindset, methods, and motivation. If you want to break the speaking barriers and learn smarter, check it out. It's free and super practical, and it's true. Learn English discover how to learn English thanks to Eliška's free part video course called How to Learn English. Do you want me to also help you connect Eliška's course with LEP Premium, showing how one is a free starter and the other? No. Okay, people. I've been streaming for 31 minutes. And yes, in the end of the episode, I can explain why is learning English important for you with my words. English is an international language, number one. It's a worldwide language. Thanks to it, you can communicate with the whole world. It's the language of the internet. 90% of the English content is in English. The 90% of the internet is in English. The whole world speaks in English. The main language of the business is English. And thanks to English, you can travel worldwide without any problems. You can have better paid job. You can watch movies and series in English. You can listen to a lot of English podcasts that are better than Slovak or Czech podcasts. You can listen to your favorite English audiobooks. You can create your own English podcast. You can write your own English novel. There are a lot of options how to do something useful in your free time after work or school. And thanks to learning English, you can change your life. You can connect. You can connect with everyone in the world. You can meet new friends. You can meet your new love. You can have better paid job. And you don't need to live without money on the streets. Thanks to learning English, you can really you can have a future for yourself and for your children. And I think learning English is the best way how to defeat the life with no money and the life where you work for a Slovak minimum salary. It's the best idea how to do something educational, and it's very funny. Learning English is very funny. You can trust me. It's really funny to learn English if you know how to do it. And don't talk that you don't need to learn English because you live in Slovakia. You have to learn English because thanks to it you can really change your life. And this is the topic that can explain Microsoft Copilot. I have a problem with speaking because I'm so energetic about learning English. This is my hobby, people. You know it, I think. You have to know it. In the end of the episode, tell people why they should learn English and why it's important for them, for all. Perfect way to wrap up your episode, Peter. Here's a strong, inspiring closing message you can use to tell your audience why learning English matters for everyone. Closing segment script. Before we finish, let me tell you Why English is so important for all of us. English is the global language of connection. It opens door to travel, work, study and friendships all around the world. When you learn English, you're not just learning words, you're building bridges. You can watch movies with subtitles, understand music lyrics, join international conversations and even create your own podcast like me. It doesn't matter if you're tired after work or if you feel strange speaking at first. Practice makes progress. English gives you freedom, confidence, and opportunities you might never imagine. So keep learning, keep listening, keep speaking, because English is not just a subject, it's a tool for life. And remember, learning English is for everyone. Okay. You have forgotten. Any problems? Okay. You have forgotten about the big world of English content. Not connect or content. I'm sorry, people. I'm so dramatic about learning English that I'm losing my voice. You're absolutely right, Peter. My question was, you have forgotten about the big world of English content, and the answer is, you're absolutely right, Peter. I focus on the specific podcast and platform, but the big world of English content is much wider, and that's what makes learning English so exciting. The big world of English content, podcasts, Beyond LEP, All is English, and SpeakEnglishPodcast.com. There are thousands of shows covering news, comedy, science, and storytelling, all free listening practice. YouTube and streaming, channels with lessons, vlogs, and even entertainment, movies, series, stand-up comedy give you natural exposure to English. Books and audiobooks. From classics to modern novels, audiobooks are a great way to train listening and vocabulary. Music and lyrics. Songs are a fun way to pick up the idiom, slang and pronunciation. News and articles, BBC, CNN, The Guardian or even blogs. Reading keeps your vocabulary sharp and connects you to global events. Communities, online forums, Discord servers, Twitch streams like yours, and social media groups where people practice English together. How you can tell your audience? Guys, remember, English isn't just about lessons or podcasts. It's a whole world of content, movies, music, books, YouTube, Twitch streams, podcasts, of course, and communities. The more you dive into it, the more natural English becomes. It's everywhere and it's for everyone. Okay, that's it, people. This is the motivation for you. Why you should learn English, and about my favorite English podcast. I hope I tell you everything, how to start, how to learn English, and because I want to share this information with everyone, because everyone can learn English in a fun way. It's a good hobby for everyone. You can tell me, but if you think that it's not true, because you don't know anything about it, you haven't tried it, and you think that it's something boring with that you have to learn English from books or something like that. No, it's very funny, and learning English can be very funny if you know how to do it, and you can laugh a lot. You can have a lot of fun. You can create your own English content. You can create your own English word thanks to your own English novel, and you can watch movies and series in English. You can listen to a lot of English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and you can meet other people. You can have better paid job. You can travel without language barriers. I think and you can change your life, and you don't need to work for slow minimum salary anymore and or to live on streets. You can, thanks to learn English, you can change your life forever. Keep learning English, have fun with it, and and I hope that this information that thanks to this podcast I have inspired a lot of people. Keep learning English and bye bye.